So, you're a student and it's time to write a paper. Usually your topic is assigned, but sometimes you get to choose the topic. So what are you going to write about? Where do you begin? Well, help is here. So welcome to the Developing a Topic video. During this time, I'll talk about a few basics to keep in mind while shaping your topic, some possible approaches to take, and how to narrow your topic. There are three basic things to keep in mind when you're developing a topic. The first thing you should do is read the instructions carefully to make sure that the paper you write meets all of the assignment requirements. Next, choose a topic that's interesting to you. When you choose a topic that you're interested in, you'll do better research and learn more. And third, go to the internet to see what kind of information there is about the topic. Read a few overviews and get a feel for what has already been written. If there's not enough information, then you might consider another topic. When you're coming up with your topic, try to think of a few broad areas that you'd be interested in studying. And here's some ideas. Has anything in the news caught your attention lately? Or is there anything that you've discussed in class? Or is there something that you have a personal interest in? Once you have a broad area in mind, then brainstorm all the possible subtopics that might go with it, and it can help to write down your ideas. For example, if your topic is the redwood forest, you might think of the following associations. They're tall, old, they're on the west coast, logging, the wood is valuable, and climate change. So this is the point where you go to the web and the library databases to see what kind of information there is about the topic. Read a few overviews and get a feel for what's already been written. This is the pre-research part of the process. Now that you've come up with a broad topic and done some background research, you need to come up with a question or a statement that you're going to answer in your paper. And it helps to think about approaches that develop your topic. For example, try a historic approach. Consider a time period, such as how did redwood logging practices in the early 20th century affect the environment? Or try the geographical approach, like how many acres of redwood forest exist on the West Coast? There's other facets of the topic you can approach too. Are there psychological or sociological aspects? Are there specific groups or individuals that are involved? Or even a biological approach? For example, how can preserving the redwood forests help with animal population? So you also need to consider the scope or core of your topic. And the scope of your topic is determined by how detailed you need your paper to be. And this is your clue to think about the assignment requirements again and how you can develop your topic further. For example, with the question, how did redwood logging practices in the early 20th century affect the environment? With my research, I found that there was plenty, almost too much information about logging and the damage it caused. It was overwhelming. So I need to focus the question and add more context. And this is where adding another approach, such as a geographical location, will help. But I still found that it's too much information to sort through. So I can add another facet with a biological approach and write about the Pacific fisher that lives in the redwood forests. Then I get something like, how have the redwood logging practices during the 20th century in the Pacific Northwest affected the Pacific fisher's habitat? So now I was able to incorporate a time period context and the geographical context, and finally a biological context to create a well-developed topic question. Now, keep in mind that you can always go back and change or further develop your topic as you discover sources. Research is an evolving process, so be open to discoveries and changes along the way. Well, this is the end. If you have questions, please feel free to contact your Sandburg librarian at library@sandburg.edu. Thanks and have a beautiful day.